was thinking there? I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And Terrence Ross showed fantastic development in his second season, but really took a step back last year. All of his shooting percentages were down. He exuded confidence, but still at times just could not buy a basket.
Well, back to Terrence Ross, Greg. You're talking about him. It's so easy for a young player to lose his way a little after coming on so fast. Clark, I'm not surprised that he's hit a few bumps in the road along the way.
That's part of the development and growth process, Kevin. You've seen it with a lot of guys. His upside, though, is great.
On the wing, Thompson cans it from downtown. Thompson's got his first 3 points of the game.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Now here's Joseph. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New York. Here's Ross. There's his third field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Noel, a screen on Lowry. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Well, with Nerlens Noel coming out, we knew he'd be a plus shot blocker. He set the Kentucky single game record with 12 in a game shot blocks. He also knew he had the chance to be a great rebounder, but we definitely knew he needed help with his shot, and that will continue on into next year.
Yeah, you know, he spent the year rehabbing that knee, but also spent that year correcting his shooting form. And we're not talking about just a tweak when it comes to shooting the basketball.
The 76ers have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. To the paint. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
And checking out the numbers for Joseph, how he did last season. He put up about 6 points per game last season. 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad. But, guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
Now here is Lowry. 8 points his last outing. Pass to Scola. Outside Lowry. Puts up a 3, and he gets it to go. Lowry's got 5 now.
He might not get a better look than that all game. You have to get closer to him. He's not going to bite you. Get up in him.
Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Snatched away. The drive by Iverson. Got a piece of it. Outside Lowry. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Mark, one thing about Kyle Lowry, he has a bulldog mentality. We saw that from his days at Villanova.
No question about that, and I love that about him. He's very simple, not really flashy, just consistently beats the rock. He wears his opponents down.
And talking about Lowry, going to Toronto was a godsend for him. I mean, he had clashed with a number of coaches early in his career. His hard-headedness had been working against him. But in Toronto, he learned how to buy into a system and save the wrath for his opponent.
Philadelphia has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Thompson outside, off the pick. The rebound by Bennett. Bennett's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
And for Lowry, he's been on fire the past couple of seasons. He's shown toughness, leadership, and the instinct to make winning plays on the court at both ends.
Lowry covering. To the middle, here's Holmes. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Guys, that makes it 2 straight seasons now that the Raptors have been the cream of the crop in the Atlantic Division. Ended the season with a franchise best 49-33 record.
It's his first trip to the line. The first free throw is good. Well, for the Raptors, they won the Atlantic last year. Did so by a wide margin, Greg, than they had won it back in 2014.
Yeah, they ended the year with that 9-game lead over second place. And the Raptors have great fans, and it's good to see the franchise be able to take home a couple of those division titles.
And the 76ers making a change here. Cannon's checked in. Now, here is Lowry. He's got 6 and an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Kendall Marshall's checked in for the 76ers. And Philadelphia calls time here. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
And listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not, and that is why they just could not recover.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
Patterson, the screen, lets it go with the 3. And there's Lowry. That's good on the assist by Johnson. 9 points for Kyle Lowry. The 76ers trail by 4. And Marshall kicks to Boozer. There's a good screen. Flew off the pick and hammers it home.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
Toronto with the ball after the Sixers pick up 2. DeRozan dishes to Bennett. Fires the 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Boozer's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Screen by Boozer. Marshall passes to Thompson. And Marshall kicks to Boozer. Releases. Passes to Marshall. Here's the 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
You know what? Can you believe there have been 7 lead changes already, guys?
Wow.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
It's blocked. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Let's see some numbers here on Kyle Lowry. He had a strong showing last season. 10th in assists, and he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And last season, his floor awareness was impeccable. As you mentioned, top 10 in assists. Just does a great job of getting everybody involved.
Here's Grant. And now, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here are the teams that led the NBA in block shots last year. 4th, the 76ers.
I don't think you can ever underestimate the effect that a few block shots can have on your opponent. I mean, it can get into your head as an offensive player. You're going in there thinking you've got a clear path, and then you see the ball going behind you in reverse. I mean, that could be major intimidation and affect your game.
And Grant drops them both. And here are the Raptors now. They trail by 3. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Yeah, none too pleased with the play of his team. And you know what? They just need to get things sorted out.
Yeah, you know, there's not a coach around who would be happy with the way his guys have kind of rolled over during this run.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. Dwayne Casey was just going over the plan with his team. He said their plan was to run their offense through Lowry. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
And thanks for that story, Doris. And there's the pass to Patterson. Dishes to Johnson. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Philadelphia leading by 3. Thompson in the corner. Shoots off the screen. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Feeds it to Lowry. The shot is off. And Philadelphia the other way now. This their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
Yeah, and a 4-game season series between these two. Both will be looking to set the tone tonight.
Yeah, and as they renew acquaintances, if you're the underdog, you always want to show, hey, we've got something new up our sleeves. It should be fun.
Robert Covington's checked in for Hollis Thompson.
And for Kyle Lowry, a guy who just has an unbelievable nose for the basketball, the triple-double comes naturally to him now. Top 10 in the league the past 2 seasons. In his short time with the Raptors, he's already their career leader in that category.
Patterson, the screen. Lowry dishes to Patterson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And what Patrick Patterson gives you guys is solid all-around play. He can help you in a lot of areas. High basketball IQ, high character, understands his role, knows his limitations, and stays within himself.
And going back to Patterson for just a moment, he's been lauded for his mature approach. Ever since high school in West Virginia, he was involved in a highly publicized recruiting battle between Florida and Kentucky, ultimately choosing the latter.
Yeah, and you know, the part of his game, Kevin, that he's really worked on is his ability to face up and shoot. Really starting to evolve into a guy that can space the floor, that space 4. And when he's hitting that jumper at a high percentage, I think his value to the team goes up exponentially.
Now here's Boozer. 8 points for him. From the corner, Covington with the bucket. Covington's got the lead up to 6 now for the 76ers.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run. You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Cannon. Outside Boozer. Screened by Grant. Boozer kicks to Stauskas. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Cannon can't hit.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Right side, DeRozan. 3 seconds left. And he sinks the layup. DeRozan's got 10 points.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Philadelphia ahead as they wrap up the second quarter on a 12-4 run. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Coach, what are the key aspects of your game plan going into the second half based on how that first half played out?
Well, defensively, we got to get stops. We got to get them out for boards and box out. Again, we got to meet their aggression with our aggression offensively. And offensively, we can't let the ball stick. We got to get the ball moving and hopping around the horn and make them move their feet.
Coach, thank you so much. Over to you guys.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, this has been a good game here after one half. Everybody, welcome back to the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaq, Kenny Smith. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. The largest lead for them during the period was 4. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, the reserves really came through when they needed a spark. This is a close game. Any points you can get from your bench are huge. I thought the bench guys came in and inserted themselves like they wanted a starting spot. And that's what you want. Subs who are ready to produce the moment they step on the floor.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
One thing I really like is their pace. Nice and cool.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway.